Hey friends, this is Mary. I'm so glad you stopped by today. You're watching Cardz TV, and this is Card Sketch Saturday. And today we've got sketch number 47. Now, as you can see, I've got all the measurements, shapes, and everything on here for you. But like I always tell you, change it up any way you want to. Just make it your own. And if you'd like to see more sketches, they're all over on my blog, cardstv.blogspot.com. You can go over and choose a few or all of them. They're all free to download. Okay, guys, I'm going to get my card over here. I've already made it. I was so excited to get this card made that I went ahead and put it together, and let me show it to you. We got 5 inches of snow last night, and I am wanting spring so bad, so I made a card for spring. Now, as you can see, I followed the sketch exactly, except I did change my banner up just a little bit, and I added this little gingham bow up here. So if we take a look, our card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then we have these 2 mats right here. Now what I did is I cut 2 separate pieces of cardstock. One that had the polka dots, the other that was the floral. I cut them at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Then because I've got my diagonal going this way, I put this corner in the top of my trimmer, this in the bottom. I lined those edges up in the channel of my trimmer and cut it diagonally. Now, even if you use double-sided paper, you can't use that same paper to do this piece and flip it and do this. It will not match up. You have to do 2 separate ones, but then you can make 2 cards out of it. So that's what I've done. So like I said, just put it in the channel of your trimmer and just cut from point to point. Now, if you go from this point to this point, your diagonal is going to be this way. So if you've got something that has a definite pattern to it going in a certain direction, you want to watch that too, because then you may have your piece over here upside down, or this one could be upside down. But I didn't have that problem with this floral and this polka dot. Okay, I told you about cutting on the diagonal. Now, this oval on the sketch is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. I don't know if my oval is or not. I did use a die, but you can go into Elegant Edges, George. There are lots of cartridges, or in Cricut Design Space, you'll find different shapes, Silhouette, Brother Scan and Cut. There's lots of ways to cut an oval, but you can make it this size or smaller or even larger. I think you could even get by with making it larger. But one thing about mine, it came down below where I wanted my banner, so I just took my scissors and just trimmed a tiny bit off the bottom so that it wouldn't stick out down here below my banner. Now, I changed my banner up a little bit. I did find several banners like this in different Cricut cartridges, but I didn't really like any of them. They just didn't have the look I was going for. So I just cut a plain banner out of green, and I cut it at 3 1/4 inches and just flagged those ends. Then I cut another little scalloped oval, and I put Hello Spring, cut that out, and pop this up on some foam tape. So it has that same appearance as this banner, which has this middle part popped up. Now, for this little watering can, which I think is so cute, and it makes me think of spring and flowers, I went over to a cartridge I had forgotten I had. This is, I think it's Flower Market. This is a Close to My Heart cartridge, and I think you can still get it. I don't know if it's the physical cartridge or if you have to get the digital cartridge. But here is the watering can, and that's page 44. And I used 2 shades of gray. The darker gray I used for the first part. Then I hit shift, and this is under container. And I used the lighter part for the top of my watering can, and I cut it at 1.5 inches. And I've got that popped up on foam tape as well. And I thought it needed something, and I looked over at one of my shelves, and I have got so many boxes of ribbon, and I really want to start using ribbon again. I just think it's so pretty on a card. So I found this green and white gingham. I just tied it in a little bow, stuck it on there with some glue dots, and there it is. You can use this card for so many different occasions. Just change up your image on here and what you put on your little sentiment banner, and you can use it for birthdays, get well, thank you, thinking of you, lots of different occasions. But I think it turned out really cute. And it does make me think of spring, which I really need to do right now. Thank you all so much for coming by today. Now, don't forget to go over and pick up some of your sketches or get all of them. Just go to cardstv.blogspot.com, and they're all free to download. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I love you all. God bless you all, and I will see you again soon with another card. Bye now.